any adventurers?
It's been 84 years.
Let's make some food from Dungeon Meshi, shall we? That felt good. We are making the frog Katsu from Dungeon Meshi. That's pretty redundant. We're gonna... Hello? Alright, so I have a bowl with some water in it. I'm gonna take these guys and we're gonna make these into fries, little wedges. So I'm gonna cut this in half and then cut this at like a 45-degree angle. And we're gonna soak these in water to get rid of some of that excess starch so that we can get a really crispy potato wedge. Give this a stir. Once these guys are in enough water to cover them completely, I'm just gonna give them a quick toss, and we're just gonna set this aside for about half an hour to let some of the starches separate. Here's the thing, I could have stuck strictly to the wiki that details that this was made with red onion. However, chicken katsu atop raw red onion, I feel like is going to be disgusting. So we're gonna add in some purple cabbage. We're gonna make a pickled, kind of like a pickly red onion and purple cabbage coleslaw to go underneath it. In my experience, it's served over a bed of finely sliced green cabbage. There she is, nice and clean. You can already see some of this purple color. Now that this is done, we're gonna take some kosher salt. We're gonna use our hands and we're gonna toss this together. And the idea is that the salt will draw out some of the water from the cabbage. Actually, salting cabbage is how you start to do things like kimchi. You can already see this is starting to release some water, so we're gonna let this, I'm gonna sprinkle actually a little bit more salt. I'm gonna cover this with something, and hopefully we'll get some water out of here. So I'm gonna set a timer for about 30 minutes to maybe 45 minutes, and we'll see how much water we can get out of here. These have been rinsed. I'm just finishing patting these dry a little bit. Okay, there's something cool about red cabbage, and that there is a compound in red cabbage that serves as a pH indicator. Now we are using, you might be like, okay, well this looks kind of purpley more than pink right now. So I'm just gonna show you what this does. We're gonna add a little bit of vinegar. This has a pH of about 2, which is an acid, and it should turn pink. So we're going to add about a 1/4 cup of rice vinegar to this, along with some extra virgin olive oil, and that's gonna be the base for our chicken. So it should take on more of like a pinkish hue rather than a purpley hue. It's really subtle, but you can see it pinking up in some areas. And I'm just gonna take you can see it's already much pinker. So the liquid in here is also pink. Yeah, so that's our fun little red cabbage slaw. What is up, my guy? We are moving on. Now, I don't have giant frog, nor could I find frog legs, so we're using boneless, skinless chicken thighs. It's great if you have unresolved anger issues. I'm going to show you how to dredge your chicken. For now, we just want some panko in here. We're going to crack a couple eggs into here. Whip these real fast. We're going to add some flour. You want a wet hand and a dry hand. This is going to be my wet hand. This will be my dry hand. So I'm going to take my wet hand first. We're going to take it. We're going to press it into here. I'm going to take my dry hand. Okay, we're going to flip it over. We're then going to take this with our dry hand, put it into our egg. We use our wet hand to drag that, or to, get that all nice and wet. And then we're going to use our dry hand again. Press as much of this into the chicken as it will take. This way you can avoid gunk buildup on your fingers. We're going to transfer that to our baking sheet. We're just gonna repeat that process a bunch of times. So here's our chicken ready for frying. I'm going to clean this up, and then we're actually gonna go over to my stove because if you remember, Laufin's Donuts, my oil couldn't get up to temp because my induction burner is not strong enough. So we're gonna go over to the stove and we'll see you there. Someone call America because we've got oil, baby. We are a go. Now we're only gonna fry like one piece at a time.
Deep fried ASMR. I don't think I'm doing this right.
I'm gonna take this out. We're gonna hit it with a sprinkle of salt. And we're gonna move on to our fries. Okay, so I guess I just decided to stop talking while I plated this. So we're going to lay down a bed of our cabbage. On top of this, we're going to add our Katsu chicken, which was so nice and crispy. We're going to add those 3 little potato wedges that served as a garnish for Senshi's dish. And then we're going to give this a nice drizzle of some Katsu sauce. Mine was a little thinner than before, but this turned out fabulous. I also did this as a sandwich and it was 10 out of 10. I just put this on a burger bun. Delicious. Anyway, that brings us to the end of the episode. If you liked what you saw, smash that like button. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, drop those down below. I look forward to hearing from you. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Ring that bell for notifications and share this video with someone you would like to make this with. That being said, take care of yourselves, adventurers, do something nice for someone else, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.